So, starting off with Animal Kingdom. I feel like Animal Kingdom was kind of the main park of all of the big announcements. I feel like Animal Kingdom, at least I felt like a lot of bigger changes coming to Walt Disney World are happening in Animal Kingdom.
Totally agree. And honestly, I think it's time. I love Animal Kingdom. I don't feel like it's a sleeper park. I do feel like it can be a full day park, which a lot of people disagree. But I think, since Pandora, we really haven't seen a huge amount of changes there. So I'm pretty excited about stuff that's coming around and some possibilities to really liven it up, give it some more things to do, make it even more of a full day park.
Yeah, me too. A few of the big things that are happening in Animal Kingdom. So Dinoland USA is kind of just being like revamped as a whole. And I am totally in favor of this. I feel like Dinoland is definitely in need of an upgrade. And I also just felt like it was an area of Animal Kingdom that maybe just felt a little boring to me, honestly. Like there just wasn't a whole lot going for it. And maybe for the younger kiddos, like there is a playground and things like that, but I don't know. I just feel like Dinoland really needed this revamping. And so some of the big things that I know that are happening, Indiana Jones is replacing Dinosaur, so retheming it. Do we think that's going to be like similar to Disneyland? I don't know.
I suspect it's going to be, because I think from what I've heard, that's the same ride track, right? Like I think they actually kind of stole that track from the original ride in Disneyland for Indiana Jones. So it shouldn't be a crazy hard changeover, but I couldn't be more excited. I loved Dinosaur when it first came out. I really did think it was scary. I thought it was a great dark ride. But over the years, I think they've kind of mellowed it out. It's not as scary. They haven't really kept up with some of the animatronics that needed to be fixed, things like that.
Yeah.
And I always felt like it was kind of out of place. Like we had this whole Dino Land that was Dinorama and kids and carnival-like. And then we had this one kind of dark, scary thing off to the back, which I just felt was a little out of place. Yeah,
I totally agree. I loved the movie Dinosaur as a kid. And so it was like cool theming, but it did feel definitely a little out of place. It looks like Dinorama is rethemed as Encanto. I think that will be really cool. I loved Encanto. That is one of my like most favorite recent releases. And so I definitely think like that will be really cool. I don't know what they're planning for it, but it sounds like a really cool part of Dinorama.
I think it could be a really cool, kind of just colorful, bright, like vibrant addition to the park.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how they're going to super tie that in with Animal Kingdom and what's going on there, but I trust, because I think Disney, we all kind of said that about Pandora too, that, it's not really going to work, and it was great. So I trust.
The playground is being rethemed as well as a restaurant. I've only ate in the restaurant a couple of times, but it was never something that stood out to me. But you loved Brontosaurus burgers. Tell me more about that. I don't know what that is.
So at the Restaurantosaurus, when they first opened Animal Kingdom, so I was at Animal Kingdom the first year it opened, and that was actually my very first trip to Disney World. I didn't go till I was 18, so I was a latecomer. I was kind of a Disney adult from the beginning. I did love the burgers there. I thought they were on par, if not better, with Pecos Bill at the time and Cosmic Rays.
Oh, okay.
They had this amazing Fixins bar. It was just a really good burger. But kind of like the rest of Dinoland, it kind of went downhill over the years. We haven't eaten there in a very long time. But we do like to dip into those bathrooms because they're nice and cool and they're never crowded.
Ooh, that's a good tip. Yeah, you mentioned Pecos Bill. I think that is a Mexican restaurant in Magic Kingdom. It is great. If you haven't checked it out, you should, because it's a really good quick service. But anything else about, yes, Animal Kingdom, Tough to Be a Bug, that is being rethemed as Zootopia. So maybe my opinion is not an opinion of most people, but it's Tough to Be a Bug. I just loved when the children are crying because it's kind of scary, when the bugs start crawling under your seat, the animatronics that are just in a terrible, they just need so much upgrading. I just thought that was part of the experience, and it made it really fun for me. But I definitely understand that you know, they need some retheming and revamping. And Zootopia, a perfect opportunity to introduce this movie and It's Tough to Be a Bug, or like change it over to Zootopia theming. But yeah, it's definitely not up to Disney standards, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I've always kind of loved It's Tough to Be a Bug, but I do know that a lot of people skip this one. Are you one that skips it often?
So we skip it now. I will say, when Animal Kingdom first opened, I thought it was super cute. I love the queue in the Tree of Life.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's one of the coolest, prettiest queues, especially at that time, that they'd ever built. But you know, over the years, and I may be dreaming this up, but I feel like they shortened it and took out some of the best parts.
Okay.
And it just wasn't quite the same. So I love the concept. I love that it's under the tree. I think it could be such a cool thing, but I think that you're right. They've let it go a little bit. It's time for something to be freshened up in there. But I think you and I, because like that was my first trip, that was one of the first things I did in that park. And, you know, you're younger than me, so I think we both remember the original of that. So we're nostalgic for that in the way that some people that are older are like nostalgic for Country Bears or, you know, things like that we don't care about. So
yeah, that's a really good point. It does make me feel a little nostalgic, but I'm excited. I feel like Zootopia replacing It's Tough to Be a Bug, everything that's happening over in Dinoland USA. Like, I feel like out of everything that's been announced, those are kind of the things that I'm really, really excited for, because there are definitely parts of Animal Kingdom that need some upgrading.